Take a look at tonight's Chrysler-Plymouth starting matchup.
We'd like to show you on the left-hand side, Bonner will play Coleman, Oakley on Morris. But at the other end, Coleman will match up with Oakley. Morris will play Bonner.
Pat Riley, 4 NBA titles, more playoff wins than any coach in NBA history, coaching the New York Knicks. And on the other side, Chuck Daly, who told us today in his coaching career, this is the first time in a first-round series he has ever gotten down 2-0. Joe Crawford, Hugh Hollins, Don Baden will be the men tonight trying to contain the raucous and Secaucus. Patrick Ewing tossed out of game 2. His team went on a 14-3 run following his ejection. Chris Morris, as has the rest of the New Jersey Nets, have struggled from the field. Ewing will be jumping it up against Benoit Benjamin.
Big thing here tonight is for Anderson and Coleman to get this club off to a start. And then the peripheral people like Morris and Benjamin, who have an awful lot of talent, must step up and score.
Hubert Davis, the second-year pro out of North Carolina. This side, Anthony Bonner has it slapped away. Knicks retain possession, 13 on the shot clock.
Right there you saw Morris strip Bonner. Bonner will stay within the dotted line. He's not going to take anything other than a high percentage shot.
Shot clock at 9. Patrick, the first shot of the game, rips it home.
If you are going to trap the screen and roll, the rotating man must get to Ewing quick. Otherwise, he'll kill you on the baseline.
Kenny Anderson has really been intimidated in this series. They've been trying everything they possibly can to try to get him open. He's usually has an open game. That hasn't been the case so far. Derek Coleman's first two.
Well, that's encouraging. You hope that he can establish something down inside to force the Knicks to double team. That will open up other people.
The double team by Coleman on Ewing. Knicks swinging around. Oakley coming off the big game in game 2, in which he made up the slack for Patrick Ewing with 25 points and 24 rebounds.
Now tonight we have two of the best offensive rebounding teams in this league. And by that I mean they are 5th and 6th. They average both right around 15. So when that ball goes up on a shot, just watch the physical punishment underneath.
Coleman showing double, doesn't give it up. Davis gets a step on Edwards, and he makes him pay.
So you can't gamble on a premier shooter. And Davis is a guy who shoots over 50% during the season and also at playoff time.
Morris, one dribble, one shot. He has his first 2 of the ball game.
Well, he's the guy that must get going because he can light it up. He's very capable of getting 20 to 30 points in a big game.
Ewing, the offensive rebound, the emphatic putback.
This is a night when the shot goes up. You're playing a center or a big forward. You must put your back into his chest because that will happen all night long.
Derek Harper, who Pat Riley said today, along with Greg Anthony, 2 of the best defensive point guards in the league. They give it up to Benoit Benjamin, who Chuck Daly says is the X factor. He has been non-existent in this series so far.
Yeah, but when back when he was with the Clippers and that, he used to be able to get you 13, 15 points.
First foul of the ball game.
Well, Morris gambled that time, and he got a piece of the arm. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get the ball before the player got the ball up into a jump shooting position.
Anthony Bonner, the 4th-year pro out of St. Louis, played 3 years at Sacramento.
Well, he definitely has found the right team. They just love his enthusiasm. He's a finisher on the fast break. Pat Riley loves his work ethic and the fact that he can guard a Coleman and in games 1 and 2 by himself without double team action.
Well, during these 3 games so far, he's made 9 trips to the line. Anthony Bonner's made 8 of them. Knicks lead it by 2, just about 9.5 left in the first. First of 2 games tonight here on TNT.
Oakley just moved Morris right off the box that time.
Morris still gets the roll.
To me, Morris, Ron, should be able to pick up transition points on Oakley because Oakley must rebound.
We've got a whistle and a foul. Ewing the hard foul, and quickly Charles Oakley grabs him, pulls him away. Pat Riley doesn't like it.
Well, the interesting fact here, in the first 2 games, the Nets shot over 40 foul shots a game. Now, here it is right there. They both went for the ball, and unfortunately, you're going to have body contact.
Shot clock 15, still a lot of time left. There's the double by Coleman. Oakley behind the back to Bonner. Nets are 4 of 4 from the field, much better than their field goal percentage of 33% for the first 2 games. Coleman working one-on-one with Oakley. It's a one-man game. Oakley's got Davis.
Oh, nobody back.
And they're going to make him pay? No. Davis saw Chris Morris coming, and he got a little nervous. Turned his body as he was going up with the left hand.
I was surprised, Ron, because that was a very poor percentage shot. He did not take that strong at all. Now, just keep an eye on this. Where are the 2 guards? Where is Edwards? Where are Anderson? They're not even back. Now, look at this. This is really a good effort. Right there, Hubert Davis went off the wrong foot to take that shot.
Well, they call the foul on Morris. Ewing from way outside.
See, the Nets have got to look up the floor. You must run hard and get out so that Edwards and Morris can get some shots in transition.
Well, Morris had it. Bonner lost it. Nets have the basketball. We're tied at 8 at 8:13 of the first.
Whenever you play the Knicks in Game 1 and Game 2, New Jersey got 71 and 72 shots. Majority of playoff games, you'll see 80 to 90 shots. The major reason, they're averaging 20 turnovers along with the horrendous 33% shooting.
So when you do shoot, you better make it.
That's right.
71 shots. Coleman misses an easy shot, but we have a loose ball foul, and it'll go against the blue jerseys of the Knicks.
Very strong move that time by Coleman, and a nice head fake in order to get the defenders up in the air. But if you're Chuck Daly, you're looking, you did not see another white shirt even attempt to go to the offensive glass. You must do that, pound the board. You do not have to worry because the Knicks are not what we would call a major transition team.
Well, Hubie, maybe an omen of things to come. Derek Harper questioned the call momentarily. Hugh Hollins quickly got right on him and said, don't say another word.
Here's where the Knicks are tough. They screen, and that roll guy will be open. See, now he didn't roll. He spotted up.
Now Chris Morris, only 11 points. 11-point average, 30% shooting in the first 2 games. He's 3 of 3 this evening.
Great pass.
Inside, we've got a whistle and another hard foul.
See, on the pick and roll, both teams are trapping hard. I think this kind of has surprised New Jersey right now. Now, keep an eye on it. You're going to see right now, New Jersey, there's your trap, and there's your spot up, and Morris. Now, you must get out on Morris because all throughout his career, he is a very good three-point shooter.
Patrick Ewing, another prime-time MVP type of season. Ewing averaged better than 24 points a game. There you see what happened in Game 1. Game 2, he's ejected. Also averaged 11 rebounds during the regular season.
He's had an outstanding year, Ron. You know, anytime that you could say that you're 6th in scoring, 7th in blocks, and 10th in rebounding, 3 key areas, and you're in the top 10.
The heart and soul of this ball club. Inside, Edwards, the free agent, played for Miami last year, can't get it.
That was a strong move, though.
Great pass inside, Benjamin turn, Ewing commits the foul.
Patrick had to do that. I was surprised. Benjamin, at his size, should have sent that down with authority. Instead, because Patrick comes at him, watch how he fades on his shot. See, he faded away and allowed Patrick to get a piece of the ball. If we were in the Garden, that might have gone by as a block.
Let me ask you this. This is Benoit Benjamin's 3rd game. This is his first free throw attempt.
Well, you know, Ron, I always say this about when you want to go after a center. A center can't pass the ball to himself. So if the coaching staff do not call plays to emphasize center play, or the other guys who are freelancing do not look in, well, you know, there's nothing you can do. And he's only averaging 5 shot attempts in the series.
He averages 4 points for the series. He has 3 this evening, and And the Nets take a 2-point advantage as we near the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. That was Stephen Brown. I'm Ron Tucci. Glad to be with us this evening. The precision offense, what the New Jersey Nets call the Knicks. Outside, Davis from the yard. Buries it. No, they're going to say it's a 2.
Well, you can't look at Hubert Davis. See, Benjamin made the switch, and he just stared at you. Know who the primetime shooters are. This young man is shooting over 50%. You've got to force him to put it down on the floor.
Edwards goes about a quarter of the way down. Benjamin bumps into Bonner. We're going to have a whistle and a foul.
Well, that ball was kept alive by Derek Coleman getting his hand in there and popping it up.
We've got a timeout. 6:37 left in the first. Knotted up at 11.
Get it all this weekend on TNT. How? Gary Cooper all day Saturday.
Things like that can only happen in a country like America.
Mother's Day movies all day Sunday.
Crazy.
Great stuff all weekend long on TNT.
Chrysler invites you to lease a leader. Concorde, last year's automobile of the year, now only $269 a month. The highly acclaimed 6-passenger New Yorker, only $294. And the car that reinvented sports sedans, Chrysler LHS, is only $329. All with standard dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and now exceptional lease offers. Lease a leader, the award-winning cab-forward Chryslers, at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
My mother's kitchen, on one of those hoops that you would hang on the back of the door. I drove my mother crazy. I broke all the dishes in the kitchen. That was my introduction.
My uncle and my brothers, they always said I always wanted to carry a basketball or play with one, and when guys would take it away, I'd start crying.
I would spend hours at the park. I never called it practice. I just called it playing the game.
I love the game. I sound like an NBA commercial. I love this game.
What a gorgeous spot. Want a bomb?
The Man with the Golden Gun. 10:35 Eastern Sunday on TBS Award Theater.
I love TBS.
All right, now keep an eye right here. The ball is here. The ball is going into Patrick Ewing. Edwards will double team from the top. When the ball comes out to Hubert Davis here, Edwards will rotate. And you're going to see that Benjamin ends up on Hubert Davis. See, there's your trap. The ball comes out. Benjamin comes up on Davis, and you see the rotation on the other side of the floor. But like I told you now, during the course of the year, Hubert Davis, you know, is a prime-time shooter, and in the playoffs, he's over 50%.
The numbers on Benjamin. New Jersey started the game hitting their first 4 shots. They are 1 of 5 since then. Of course, the Nets set an NBA playoff record low, only 21 field goals in one of the games.
See, this guy on the line, it has a great deal of talent. He's averaged 12 points throughout his career, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, shoots 49%. But the thing is, you got to light the fire every single day. And by that, I mean the coaching staff.
Well, Chuck Daly questioned his commitment to winning in December when you and I were here. But he has played well as of late. Inside, Davis to high archer.
Well, down inside, they fell asleep on that roll. If they're going to screen down, the Nets cannot continue to follow.
Morris was fading left when he released that. Tied up at 13, 6 minutes left to be played in the first.
Playoff is a time you must understand the clock.
Exactly. Here comes Kenny Anderson. He has been quiet so far. Harper, nice job defensively. Ewing gets a piece of it. Nets have the basketball.
A block by Harper, and the same shot continued. Now just watch as Harper gets it, and then so does Ewing. Boom. Doubleheader. You love the Knicks, see? They get graded whether they challenge a shot or not. And if you get a number of times that you did not challenge a shot, A, you don't get back in the game, and then B, you might not play the next game.
Pat has a way of remembering all that.
After roll, big fella.
Shot clock at 6. Nice. Anderson from 3. Kenny Anderson on the year, 30% from the arc. Only hit 40 of 132 attempts. From the outside, Derek Harper, who is a prime-time scorer, he'll be for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, he's been playing solid basketball ever since the first month of the trade.
Ewing, another rejection. That is number 2.
Well, Kenny Anderson must look right now and say, when I'm going to the basket, Ewing is leaving his man and coming to block my shot. Where is Benjamin? Benjamin should be on the dotted line in the paint, and Anderson must find him. He cannot continue to go in here right now and get all of his shots blocked.
I think the frustration is showing on Kenny Anderson. He's averaging 6 turnovers a game in the first 2 contests. Inside. Edwards, his first 2 of the ball game.
The Edwards can take the pressure off. During the course of the year, when the Nets won the series 4-1, Edwards was a prime-time scorer for New Jersey.
7th tie, knotted up at 15, 4:45 left. Oakley from outside.
There's a trailer.
Morris looked up. He wanted it.
Yes, he did. And give Oakley a lot of credit. He picked him up in the lane.
Chuck Daly saying it's an illegal defense, not getting a call. Morris inside, has to give it up. Whistle, no basket. 3 seconds in the lane. Will go the other way.
You know, we always talk about spacing, Ron. The old story, you know, when guys get double teamed, that you can pass the basketball and find the key people, and people know when to step up. Now, in the early going, New York with 1 turnover, New Jersey with 3.
Oakley left open from 19. Doesn't make him pay for it. Ball tipped around. Edwards has a strip by Oakley. Tries to get it over to Charles Smith.
3 on 2.
Inside Coleman.
See, it's there. But they have got to look up the floor, Ron. Up until now, all they do is rebound and dribble the ball. Rebound, look up the floor, make the outlets, and you have some advantage.
The double. Knicks tossed it away. Here comes Edwards. Smith trying to catch up. Great job, Kevin Edwards.
That was a beautiful staggered dribble. He lulled Charles Smith to sleep and then made the big step.
Timeout.
Son of a gun protected. Nothing works better.
National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Now, as this pass goes into Patrick Ewing, we'd like to show you a double team with Morris. Now, watch as he puts his hands up, how Ewing has to throw over the top, which forces the turnover. When you trap, you always trap with your arms up, and that way it forces the high pass over the top. Now, here you're going to see a great stutter move. Look at this. Then the extension. See, you know that he has practiced that move 1,000 times during the course of the year in the open floor. He lulled Charles Smith to sleep.
Nets on a 6-0 run, the last 137. They are out rebounding the next 9-5.
Morris got caught fouling that time on that rotation. You give Oakley a lot of credit. Ewing makes the pass, Oakley makes the catch in traffic, and then has the presence to ball fake. Got his man up in the air.
Second on Morris, Charles Oakley on the line to shoot a pair. Charles Oakley setting a playoff best for himself with the 24 rebounds in game 2. Is checking into the lineup now, number 42 for the Nets, P.J. Brown. Chris Morris is going to take a seat. Brown, the rookie out of Louisiana Tech.
Well, Charles Oakley's numbers for the year are outstanding because he went from 27 minutes a game a year ago up to, 36 minutes. And you like that. He was rewarded by playing in the All-Star game, and he's backed up everything that Pat Riley has said about him. One of the premier defensive postmen in the league.
Edwards, one dribble, and he drains it. That is what Chuck Daly was hoping for, to somehow get the outside shooting going.
He is wearing out Hubert Davis right now, coming off the screen. Hubert's going to have to get a little bit closer to him and force him to catch and put it down on the floor.
Doing the one fake, puts it up, and he gets the roll.
Patrick looked right at Hugh Hollins and wanted the foul. He was definitely bumped below the shoulder that time. He was looking for 3.
7 points, 4 rebounds for Ewing. Edwards has had the hot hand. He's hitting his last 3 shots. Coleman in the paint. The left-hand shot goes down. Coleman with 6.
Well, he's definitely coming out here tonight and accepting the responsibility of taking the ball and going strong into the painted area.
Chuck wanted to go inside and pound, as he told us today. Shot clock at 7. Oakley, a little razzle. Harper, the dazzle, doesn't get it. Ewing does, lost it. Smith, they didn't get the shot off. It's a violation. Greg Anthony will come into the game. Pat Riley pleading his case to Joe Crawford. Harper sits down, Anthony comes in.
Well, in the playoffs right now, the Knicks are getting great guard play at their point guard position. With Harper and Anthony, they're averaging 15.5 points and 8 assists. And more important than even that, they're doing a great job on Kenny Anderson.
Let's have the ball. Anderson with 5 assists already, as New York has turned the ball over 3 times in the last couple of minutes.
You know, Ron, we've had them quite a few times during the year, and we know that they play in peaks and valleys. You're never out of the game with the Knicks. They'll always allow you back in.
Yeah. And the Knicks, you never know what they're going to do. They could be down by 22, as they were in one of the playoff games, to come back, cut it to 4. Anderson gets the roll.
Now, that was a tough shot. That was an off-balance throw. And fortunately, he hit it. But you can see the frustration. He is not getting a good look at the rim.
Biggest lead of the game at 6. Ewing faces the basket. Anderson shows the double, knocks Ewing over. Anderson will be whistled for his first personal.
Well, whether the people think it's acting or not, Patrick Ewing was definitely fouled.
Oh, yeah. And we'll get our first look at John Starks. Will be checking into the lineup with Anthony Mason. Starks, of course, activated for the playoffs. Played in only 59 games this year, missing the final 23. Hubert Davis is going to take a seat. Starks wearing the big brace on the left knee. Pat Riley said that explosion really isn't there with John Starks. He's about 100 to 150 game minutes away from actually getting his sink back. And his tempo. Ewing misses the first.
Ewing had an excellent year on the line. He shot 77%. Now you're looking at Starks. He also has a tailbone injury, which he suffered in game 1 when he hit the floor. So not only is he out of shape, Pat Riley is saying that he cannot take you off the dribble and dunk. He will take you off the dribble and finger roll, so you know that he's not there yet.
And the back problem really set him back, too, overall. B.J. Brown from the corner. Coleman tries to keep it alive, and he does, and he pulls the trigger quickly, and he drills it.
Maybe he's coming in here tonight with big numbers, Ron, because that was a quick shot.
And the Knicks turn the ball over.
See, that's not New York basketball. Pat Riley just stared Anthony down without saying a word. You know, you never throw the ball to a big man when his back is turned on the same plane. Create an angle and let him call for it.
Coleman for 3.
He's on fire. He's on fire.
11 for Coleman, a 10-point lead. He feels it tonight. You're right.
Well, the big thing right now is that they've got to play him close from outside because he wants the three-point shot.
Anthony, they switch. Whistle, foul on the Knicks. We'll go the other way with it. It'll be on Charles Smith.
Yeah, they're calling a moving screen here, and I like that. I like them doing that because that's where you have a lot of guys getting popped with a flying elbow, and they're calling that. 5 turnovers in the last 3 minutes for the Knicks.
David Wesley, number 1's checked in for the Nets. Benjamin, he's going to try it from 16. Oh, let's go to Vegas.
Hey, they can't play any better than this.
No.
They're finally shooting their weight. And then at the other end of the floor, they're forcing the turnover.
Final 10. Anthony, the pull-up from 15, banks it home.
Come on, now you have 3 seconds. You should get a good shot here.
Wesley just throws up the prayer off the backboard. No good. But what a quarter for Derek Coleman as the Nets go on an 11-3 run to end the quarter. Coleman finishes the first 12 with 11 points. 10-point advantage. We'll be back with quarter number 2 in a moment.
June, the NBA Draft. August, Dream Team 2 at the World Championship of Basketball. And this fall, Sunday night NFL on TNT. When it's big-time sports, TNT comes to play. What time is it? Do or die time. Can Utah clinch? Spurs Jazz tomorrow at 10:30. But first, will Atlanta get burned in Miami? Hawks Heat tomorrow at 8 on
TNT.
The killer gator took Jim by surprise. But not for long.
Hey, Jim. Having a little trouble with that wrap?
Nah, thanks. Ice cold O'Doul's, non-alcohol and only 70 calories. Just what Jim needs to stay on top of things.
When you want refreshing beer taste in a non-alcohol brew, think O'Doul's. It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer.
How many ways to make a collect call do you need? It's too complicated. Time for a collect call recall. Forget about
1-800-OPERATOR.
or
1-800-COLLECT.
AT&T has a better way. All you need is 1-800-CALL-ATT. Dial it every time you make a collect call. It's new, it's simple. 1-800-CALL-ATT. One number. The lowest price for a collect call. Only from AT&T.
Your true voice.
No two people are exactly alike.
Hi.
While Bob likes the high gloss shine of original Armor All Protectant, Fred prefers new low gloss Armor All with the rich, deep finish.
I gotta be me.
Either way, it's your choice. Only from Armor All.
This isn't some blazing spot on the equator. It's the Dutch Boy Paint Testing Facility, where we make sure our exterior house paints resist fading and peeling. It's one of 77 tests we do, so you can give your home the lasting look of Dutch Boy.
The New Jersey Nets about to break a streak of 2 straight games against the Knicks where they scored only 33 first-half points. They already have 32. They're up by 10 as we head to the second 12 minutes of play.
Now you can see the column on the right. This is what they're shooting. Coleman 32, Edwards 33, Morris 30, Anderson 35, 33 for the 2 games. Now, right now, they're playing more like their own selves. Not only that, Kenny Anderson is struggling, but he still has 6 assists.
New Jersey, not a good shooting team anyway. They were 26th in the league at field goal percentage, but they are hot tonight. Coleman has to kick it back out. Wesley from the outside doesn't get it.
Good call. That was a very good call. Coleman fought for inside position, and he was pushed in the lower back right behind the backboard. Now keep an eye. Now watch what happens on the kill. Watch Coleman. He'll move down inside. His shot goes up. Now watch. Boom. Charles Smith pushes him right out of the way. Good call. Solid.
Smith's second personal. Edwards got a step on Starks. Didn't take advantage of it. Now Starks breaks through. Oh, a little bit too long.
See, the Knicks can fast break against the Nets anytime. The net guards have yet to be back in this contest. Neither guard, point guard or 2 guard. They never get back over half court.
Starks had it, lost it, and Knicks retained possession as they've turned the ball over now 6 times in the last 5 minutes as New Jersey's put together a 19-7 run.
You know, when you come with your subs and you're trying to get them to work with the guys who've been out on the floor for a long period of time, you're asking, come on, no turnovers. Let's play smart basketball.
Whistle underneath.
Well, P.J. Brown has had a terrific season for the Nets. The Nets drafted him on the 2nd round 2 years ago. Last year he played in Greece with an old friend of the Atlanta Hawks, Cliff Livingston, and they had an outstanding season. He came back this year and he's played all 3 positions for Chuck Daly.
Smith tried to get it up quickly. P.J. Brown covered. Fouls on Brown. Johnny Newman has checked into the lineup for the New Jersey Nets.
P.J. Brown has just picked up 2 quick fouls. They're bringing Gillian for him right now. And P.J. Brown has been caught behind the low post guy both times. When they post you up in the paint, front the man.
Frustrating year for Charles Smith. Has those chronic knee problems as Armand Gilliam comes in. P.J. Brown's going to have to sit. Just a chronic sore knee, and to top it off during the playoffs, he gets food poisoning. He says he's fine. You see the knee brace. Ate some bad clams.
Well, you know, during the year, he must take medication for those knees. And unfortunately, the medication has had a bad effect on his stomach lining. So, you know, he's in a lot of pain night in and night out. And he and Pat Riley have no idea whether or not he can give him the minutes.
Well, Charles Smith tried to come over on the double team. Wasn't quick enough to get over there. An illegal defense. Our first of the game is called. There's Pat Riley. Never lost a first-round playoff series. I look on Gilliam, who's put up nice numbers off the bench, over 11 points a game for the Nets, but he has really struggled with this intensity of this playoff series so far. Newman from the corner.
Johnny Newman can light it up. He had great years in the playoffs in New York and then also down in Charlotte. He comes in shooting, the same thing with Gilliam.
First basket of the playoffs for Newman. He came into this game 0 for 3 from the outside. Nice look. And Newman strips Patrick Ewing, and then he spins away from Starks. Coleman looked at the 3, took the 2. Smith got a piece of it.
Plenty of time.
Coleman from 3. Oh, my. Just turned and put it up.
Oh, he's in the groove.
14 for Coleman. The lead is 13, the biggest. Ewing.
Now that was strong. That was really a man's man working against the guy who was bumping him across the lane.
Chuck Daly said he was scared with his second unit, but they have played well so far, except Coleman turns it over.
Got to get back.
They've got Mason. Starks couldn't get it to him. Threw it away instead. We've got a timeout with 9:28 left in the half. The Nets are putting on a show. They lead it by 11.
See the legendary Kung Fu every weeknight at 7 on TNT.
Who do you suppose would create a car with an interior so well thought out? It gives you the confidence to perform maneuvers like this, even while you perform maneuvers like this. The Lexus GS.
What would you do to get your kids to read?
I've tried pleading. I've tried candy.
Food, TV.
It was heavy negotiations. We even had to have a contract.
Now you don't have to bargain or plead to get your kids to read. Just give them Sports Illustrated for Kids. Here's why.
It's exciting, so they're excited to read it.
He's always reading and always asking us questions.
We have found more blooming with reading.
Kids love everything from the puzzles and posters to the sports stars, mazes, and games.
I like Buzz Beamer a lot because he's a goof.
But it's more than just fun. It's an education.
This opens up avenues to all sorts of educational values.
Sportsmanship, self-esteem,
teamwork.
Sports Illustrated for Kids should be in every classroom.
Call now and use your credit card. Get a year's worth of Sports Illustrated for Kids for 4 monthly installments of $5.99. Your kids will love getting it in the mail with their name on it.
My son is reading now because of Sports Illustrated for Kids.
Give Sports Illustrated for Kids to your children or grandchildren today.
We think reading is #1 in importance, and this is an easy way to start that process.
Our score, the Nets lead it by 11 with 9:28 left to be played in the half. Immediately following our game, we'll head out west where Phoenix and Golden State will go at it in game number 3. Phoenix leads that best of 5, 2-0. Pete Van Weer and Doug Collins standing by for that basketball game. And at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. Budweiser will donate $1,000 in his behalf to the United Negro College Fund.
A major point up until this time. New York has 9 turnovers. The Nets have capitalized for 14 points. The Knicks only had 1 turnover in the first 6 minutes, and they have had 8 in the last 7 minutes of play.
Well, Chuck's really going to his bench. as the only starter is Derek Coleman. He's joined by Newman, Wesley, Mahorn, and Gilliam.
Well, see, Newman wants to take Starks, and that's smart play, see. Now, right now, the people on the sideline here are all upset. They thought that Starks swung down very hard on Newman, and you could see that Newman wanted to take him. Starks is giving him some trash talking, and I think Joey just hit him with a technical, and that is good. All right, I'm glad to see that. Anytime that throughout the league, you just hope that the referees will start enforcing the trash-talking technical foul. Maybe we'll get away from this finger pointing and join face-to-face stuff, and let's get back to playing basketball.
I don't think there's any need for chest thumping after a basket. You've made the two. You made your point.
See, right now, what the Nets should do is clear out, give Newman the ball, and let him take Starks again. I always tried to do that as a coach. Whenever you got a player hot against one of your better guys, let him take them again, and you might get another quick foul.
Newman short on the jumper. Mahorn tries to tip it up and in. Here comes Anthony. The Knicks trail by 11. 8:55 left in the half.
The Knicks definitely out of sync within their half-court offense right now. The turnovers have got them. They've lost their concentration and their confidence.
Smith from 19 buries it. First field goal in ball game for Charles Smith.
Well, he's capable. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
All those years at the Los Angeles Clippers, he averaged 18 points a game and shot a high percentage.
That's 17 in game one. Oh, Derek Coleman, a member of Dream Team 2, comes up with his 16th point.
That was a great pass, recognizing the Knicks catching them rotating.
Whistle and a foul. That'll be on Rick Mahorn.
Right now you have Mahorn in there for some physical bumping, because that allows you then to play Gilliam and then Coleman. That gives you another big, strong body. Match him up with Charles Oakley to keep Oakley off the boards.
Smith from the corner. Charles Smith now with 6. The lead is down to 9.
Knicks are very good at coming off the screen, taking the ball into the middle, and then passing back to the roll man.
Now we've got an offensive foul. That's going to be called on the net. Joe Crawford was very quick to call that. And it was on Rick Mahorn. He quickly picks up his second.
But in this kind of a rivalry, Ron, with the type of talent that we have on the floor up front, that's what you want to see called. You do not want any guys to come in off the bench and take a couple of cheap fouls and then not call a foul.
Right. Well, Derek Coleman's going to get arrested. P.J. Brown is checked back into the lineup. Smith faces the basket on Brown. He's short. Pick and roll doesn't work. Anthony goes right, stops, lets it go. Oh, they got the shot Pat Riley really liked.
No, mainly because he should have rotated the ball, Ron. There was a player wide open in the other corner.
Gilliam over Mason. Here comes Oakley. Mason one-on-one with Gilliam. Everybody's standing around for the Knicks. Inside. Rebound tap right into the hands of Smith. Takes it on Mahorn. Too much playground. They throw it away.
Yeah, well, you know, you didn't need that. Charles had a nice, easy shot for himself. All he had to do was shoot the baby hook in the lane.
Timeout. 9-point net lead. Still a lot of time left in the first half.
The powerful all-aluminum alloy engine in the Lexus ES is so incredibly quiet you can hear the cliche.
Should never say never of what is deep inside.
For
75 years, we've never missed a practice. That's why Champion is proud to have earned the right to make the uniforms for the NBA.
A lot of people ask me, as the father of Mark Jackson, if I have one moment that I'm most proud of.
Jackson all the way to the hole. What a no-look by Jackson!
And they're usually surprised when I tell them that it took place when he was in high school. And that it had nothing to do with basketball. My proudest moment as a parent was when Mark received his high school diploma here at Bishop Loughlin. That was a great day.
We'd like to show you excellent ball movement by the Nets. What happens as the dribbler comes over, they trap. Now, once they trap, they send the ball across the court. Watch as Coleman opens up this beautiful pass from Newman to Coleman. That's excellent ball movement. They're catching the Knicks in rotation. There's your pass. Now, Coleman, all he has to do is beat his man, and he should be able to do that because of the angle.
Well, Chuck Daly said after the first two games he has not seen this much intensity from a team, speaking of the Knicks, in a first-round playoff series ever in his life. Now the intensity belongs to the Nets. Gilliam.
That was a beautiful move. He was not in a hurry. He made his moves, head fake, and then executed.
Ewing up off the bench, as is Harper. They'll check back in.
Right now, the Knicks are going to a form of like a passing game with screens on the baseline.
Starks falling away, hits the three. He was 0 for 2 from the arc coming into tonight, 1 of 3 so far.
Now, before that shot, John Starks was 2 for 11 in the series.
Gilliam driving to the hole, the former UNLV star.
The play that we just diagrammed for you, they ran it again, 2 times in a row. They're coming off the screen. They're catching the rotating guy behind the screener, going to the basket.
Brown bellies up to Smith. Smith takes him to school.
He's an excellent post-up player. Charles Smith, a legitimate 6'10" with the long arms, and he has a strong game with his back to the basket.
Well, these two teams combined to score the fewest points ever in an NBA playoff game in the first half of game number 1. Much better tonight. A blocking foul. That'll be on Starks. His second. Ewing in, Harper in. Mason will sit down.
Now keep an eye on this. Now as the ball goes to the other side, you're going to see, now that's definitely a block by Starks. Now the people here do not have a likening for Starks because he's the one who hit Kenny Anderson, took him to the floor and broke the bone in his wrist, where Kenny did not play in the playoffs last year.
Saw Coleman getting a breather. Gilliam, the fall away, almost gets it. Knicks have the basketball. They trail it by 8 inside of 5 minutes of the second quarter. Knicks getting a little fancy on offense. Ewing, a strong move to the hole. Can't get it to go. Mahorn with the rebound. Big Rick Mahorn, who wears a ring from the Pistons when he played for him. And we do mean big Rick Mahorn.
See, right now, if Kenny occasionally will go to the baseline side like he did just then. I know it means he's going to go with his right hand. But the big thing is they're so intent on trapping him coming into the middle of the floor. He surprised them by going to the baseline that time and picked up the foul. Now, that was Charles Smith's 3rd foul.
Well, Rick Mahorn is going to take a breather. Derek Coleman comes back into the lineup.
Mahorn did a nice job, even though he didn't get any points. But the fact that his big body was out there, that's the key.
Mahorn stays in. 3 rebounds from Mahorn inside. Gilliam can't get it. The Knicks have a break in the numbers if they hurry. Starks and Harper passes to Riley. Riley can't handle it.
You know what happened? John Starks stopped. Harper looked at him, and he put his hands out. Pat Riley's all upset. That was not Harper's fault. Why John Starks stopped on that fast break, only he knows.
Anthony Mason comes back in. Smith with 8 points all in this quarter, sits down. Ronnie Anderson of Georgia Tech. Shot clock at 7. Anderson's going to let it go for Mason. Oakley had it, lost it, bodies all over the place. Nice job, Charles Oakley, just doing the dirty work.
Right here, Oakley.
Now the horn tackle. Charles Oakley, no whistle.
Yeah, it should have been a double foul there. Both guys were grabbing and kicking.
Oakley then tried to get up, and Mahorn tackled him. Starts from deep in the corner. Oakley the rebound. Now we're going to have a foul.
Loose ball foul.
Ball foul.
Should be on the horn.
Tell you one thing I've noticed about Joe Crawford, when he makes the calls, he never takes his eyes off the players who committed the infraction.
Now keep an eye on this underneath. You're going to see as this ball comes off here right now, he gets sandwiched, but the main hit was by Mahorn right into Oakley's chest. See, that was an extension.
And Mahorn has 3. They're calling a flagrant foul.
A flagrant one. See, Oakley is an intangible guy. Oakley will work and work and work, and you don't have to worry about that. You're going to see now.
They also called a technical foul. So it's a flagrant one called on Rick Mahorn, who sits down with 3 fouls. Benjamin comes in, plus they called the technical foul. Joe Crawford told him to be quiet, and bink, there it was. Davis, meanwhile, hits the technical. As we sort things out, 7 points for Hubert Davis. Chuck Daly, who will be 64 years old this summer, 1 year left on his contract. Now we go to the foul shot.
See, they called a flagrant. If they call a flagrant run, Ron, you get 2 shots in the ball on the side. But they only gave him 1 shot.
Right.
So all they're doing is correcting the mistake. That's all.
And we have a timeout. So the Knicks benefit with 3 straight free throws. The Bull within 5 with 3:37 left in the half. Six trips tonight.
We're going to show you that replay. See, that's the rotation. That shot is there for the Nets all night, and you can see that they practice hard. This is the old story of make adjustments from game to game. They are making a concerted effort to get that ball on a diagonal pass to the opposite side.
Billy was 76% shooter during the regular season. He gets 1 of 2. The lead is 8.
Nets are a good foul shooting team. They were 6th in the league this year. Now they go up there with a lot of confidence.
The double by Edwards. There it is. Around. Davis, that's a 3, doesn't get it. The outlet, Ewing got a piece of it. Here comes Anderson. Coleman had a space on Mason. We have a whistle and another foul.
Well, that was a good, strong move by Mason. The Knicks, like we told you at the top of the show, they have 6 quality front court players. They can afford fouls on everyone except Ewing and Oakley. They just do not like to lose them. But even if they do, you're coming with Herb Williams, Mason, or Charles Smith. Quality players.
Well, coming up at halftime, the Reebok halftime report, Ernie Johnson, of course, in our studios in Atlanta. Fred Carter is going to be joining him tonight. They'll have a first-half recap, plus a preview of the Suns Warriors. And Craig Sager is going to have a pretty good feature entitled The Magic is Gone, all coming up in just a couple of minutes. 1:52 left in the half. You see the lead, 47-38. Nets led by 10 at the end of 1. Mason on Gilliam, not known for his defense. His arm up in the air, and he draws the foul.
I like that move. That was a nice heads-up play by Mason. You know, you look at him, he's 6'7", he's 250, a legitimate 250 pounds. And when he made that move, he knew the defender was right on him. Nice body fade. And then you like his barber, because he has on, I think, I do believe it's New York. With a very fashionable design. There it is.
And you and I are getting TNT along with Ernie next year. I'm sure we're going to do that. Mason's not a numbers player, though. All his numbers, if you look, minutes, points, everything down this year. He's looking at a nice, just take some time. But still, he's done everything Pat Riley has wanted him to do.
Well, he came to camp 25 pounds overweight, and he never lost it until All-Star break. Oh, Ewing over the top. Good call.
That's only his second.
You know why Ewing's upset? Benjamin didn't even block him out.
That's right,
I know. Yeah, Ewing says he didn't even do it. He didn't even attempt to come into him to block him out. So Ewing just went right to the rim.
Pat Riley, 49 years old. Patrick Ewing, 31 years old.
Benjamin, a 77% foul shooter throughout his career.
4 of 5 tonight. He has 8 points. Season average was 9.3. He's played with 9 different head coaches during his NBA career. Stops at the Clippers, Seattle, the Lakers, and now New Jersey.
In the 3 games that the Nets beat the Knicks in this building, they outscored him 99 to 84. New York never scored in the 90s. A 15-point difference.
The double by Edwards. Working around to Harper, left open for the 3, and he makes New Jersey pay.
That's what we try to tell you. Get it out, reverse it 2 passes, and Coleman was too far away to disturb the 3-point attempt.
His third 3, Coleman pulling the trigger, gets the home court roll.
I don't know if it's the next night, but it's definitely his night.
Oh.
He's 8 for 11 from the field for 19 points.
Harper, no, Oakley battles for the rock, it'll go the other way. 49.6 left in the half, a 9-point New Jersey advantage. This is an incredibly high-scoring affair for these two so far in the playoffs.
Remember, coming in the first 2 games, New York 90 points, New Jersey only 80.
Anderson stripped from behind by Harper.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, Ron, that the Nets have not gone to a 1-4 set and just allow Kenny to take Harper and Anthony off the dribble to get himself some confidence, because he can blow by anyone in this league because he's one of the premier dribblers that we have had in pro basketball.
Kenny Anderson, the highest scoring point guard in the NBA this year, averaging just a shade under 19 points a game, and you see his shooting woes here in the playoffs. Tonight, 3 points, 8 assists, and only 1 turnover. 82% on the year. He gets a vote tonight. The lead back up to 9.
Main thing is when you play at home and you shoot a lot of foul, you've got to shoot a high percentage. You must take advantage when you play the Knicks and take all the gimmies that they give you, whether it's on the break or on the foul line.
Benjamin gets a piece of it. No call. Will go the other way. The Nets have the basketball. Patrick Ewing real close as Starks throws a towel and a warm-up jersey out on the court. They're going to talk about the call, but we'll go the other way with it.
Patrick Ewing very upset. You know, went right to the referee, Baden. Chuck Daly just took a 20-second. The Ewing wanted the foul on the shot. He felt that Benjamin raked him on the wrist area.
Well, the last time the New York Knicks have won a game here was December 15th, 1992. That was, of course, during the regular season. And as you mentioned, the Nets won all 3 meetings between these 2 teams here this year. Pat Riley said there was only 1 game that was really close. That was the first at 85-81.
Well, during the course of the season, Ron, you never know. Did the team play back-to-backs? Did the team play their 4th game in 5 nights? All of those themes go into the factor. That's why when you get the playoff team, you make another shifting of gears. You have the summer league, then you shift gears, exhibition, into the regular season, and in the playoffs. The all-pro guys, the legendary players, shift at all 4 times of the year.
Well, the Nets trailed by 22 at halftime, game 2. They will go to the locker room with the lead tonight. Anderson from 3. No. Still have some time left. Harper, you talked about it. You can beat him down the court. Doesn't get it. Now the biggest lead was 13. That was by the New Jersey Nets. So they will head to the locker locker room after a 19-point, 10-rebound effort by Coleman with an 11-point advantage. Coming up, Ernie Johnson in Atlanta with Coach Fred Carter.
TNT Sports Special. Dream Team 2 takes on the world tonight after Inside the NBA.
Everybody hates to eat.
Here you see the scoring in the first half. Games 1 and 2 tonight, 53 points. The Knicks had that 5-minute stretch. We talked about the turnovers where they committed 7 of them. They went from being tied to being down by 13 at that stretch. Coleman can't get his first shot. Anthony Bonner will begin the second half of play. Only 5 minutes in the first 24.
That's solid basketball. They are not double teaming Coleman. It just comes down to him making a good move and taking Bonner one-on-one.
Outside, Oakley a little strong with the jumper. Benjamin with the rebound. That is his 5th. The one thing that Anthony Bonner told me before the game, he doesn't want Coleman to touch the ball with like 19 or 17 seconds. He wants it later on so he doesn't have time to what he called size him up.
Well, unfortunately for Bonner, he can't dictate that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only problem. Right now, plenty of time, 13 seconds on the shot clock.
Coleman lost the handle. Benjamin, the quick shot. Coleman, nice job keeping it alive over Bonner. Morris, the strong move. Ewing put a shoulder up. Still an 11-point advantage. We played a minute 5. That's the way you run the court. Ewing from behind. Morris gets him.
Yeah, but he went for the ball. As a matter of fact, he got all ball. Plus, he catches Patrick with the body. But that was an excellent effort by Morris. Just watch now on this pass. Here comes Morris coming from behind. There it is. Unfortunately for him, the lower part of the bottom caught Patrick.
Ewing said he was anxious for this game. Talking about how important it is to get rid of a playoff team you have down 2-0 in the 3 necessary.
Now this is the first fast break point if he makes a shot here now for the Knicks. The fast break points in this game, 9-0 for the Nets. Now it's 9-1.
The lead is 10. Harper doing a nice job on Anderson, at least containing him. Now Ewing on the switch, tapped him from behind. Saved by the Nets. Edwards. Oh, my goodness.
You love to see that. You love to see a guard attack the rim with authority. Anytime that Ewing is out past the foul line, the Knicks have no shot blocking.
Harper caught his own ball. It's traveling, will go the other way. But what a job by Kevin Edwards, who came into this game struggling with his shot. No struggle there.
Now this is just an excellent defensive move. Coming up, you get it either way. Coleman takes the charge. They call it travel, but you had it either way. Charge or travel.
That's called stepping up defensively.
See, there's that opposite side. The guy who sets the screen is open.
Anderson got Derek Harper, took one dribble.
Well, they must get him in the game offensively. Kenny Anderson, 2 for 7.
That's a 22nd timeout by the Knicks as the Nets have picked up their biggest advantage of the game. It's 14, and Pat Riley still has a lot of time left. 10 here in the third quarter.
Now, Ron, we have not mentioned last year. A year ago, the Knicks had a sensational season. We all know they won 60 games. And in the playoffs, they would win the first 2 games and then lose game 3. They did it in every series, and they were hammered in that game 3. So they were trying to get these guys aware of getting them out of that comfort zone of, hey, you know what? Game 3 isn't really that important. We really have 3 games to win 1.
We've got till Sunday. Ewing inside. And that is the first field goal in the last 7 minutes, or the second field goal really in the last 7 minutes. Prior to that, it was a 3-pointer by Harper in the second. That's by 12. Spotting up for the 3, it's Morris. Davis just beats Edwards to the ball. Oakley quickly finding a spot down for it. Harper holds it up wisely.
The Nets game plan has been excellent in exploiting the rotation and finding people for free shots.
The acrobatic shot will... Oh, what a tip by Charles Oakley with the left hand. That's one way how to get it down.
That was spectacular.
That was spectacular.
Because he ended face down on the floor.
Coleman, nice look inside to Kevin Edwards.
I tell you, the volume in this building is picking up right now.
Oh, yeah. And you can feel the momentum and the intensity also rising. This is the loudest I've heard this building in 5 years. Now low Ewing. The double. 7 on the shot clock. Bonner has some space inside. Whistle and a foul.
One thing that New Jersey will do, they'll foul Bonner every chance they can. During the course of the season, Bonner was an excellent field goal percent shooter. The Knicks only had one guy shoot over 50% for the season, and it was Bonner. But he is a notoriously poor foul shooter, shooting in the 40s.
He hurt the backboard. Here's Oakley's play.
Now just keep an eye now to the left of your screen. Here he comes now. There's your tap. Bam. And he lands hard on the floor.
Chuck Daly said today that, you know, keeping Charles Oakley off the boards near impossible. He always finds his way to a way to snake inside, and he did there.
Well, during the course of the season, he averaged 4 a game, and in this series, he's averaging 4.5 a game.
One thing about the playoffs, you try to maintain or better your season average if you want to be successful.
That's preparation. They knew that they're going to foul Bonner every time. They're not going to let him finish anything.
Edwards from just inside the 3. Ewing the rebound. He has 8. To the hole. Bonner can't get it. Last touch by the Nets. Knicks have it with a fresh 24 on the shot clock.
Ron, that was a great effort by Morris, because Morris at 6'7", 10 block shots. You know, he's really a very, very talented player. This year, you know, he only averaged 10 points a game. It's the lowest since he's been in the league.
Coleman on Oakley. They swing it around to Harper.
There's a baseline staggered screen now for Hubert Davis to the left.
Davis being hounded by Edwards. Ewing has a stick by Morris.
There he goes. Give it up.
Kenny Anderson is fouled on the play. No basket, but we do have a whistle.
Excellent anticipation on the trap by Morris. He catches Ewing. Watch on the baseline. See, he beat him to the spot. Now, as he comes on the fast break and gives it to Anderson, the defender moves. Anderson should have given it right back. And they had the uncontested shot.
Kenny, who missed the playoffs last year with a broken hand, of course, courtesy of John Starks, who was 27 games last year, has started every game this year, all 82.
Well, Edwards and Anderson, the starting backcourt duo for New Jersey, the only starting guards to play and start all 82 games during the course of the season. See, the knock on Anderson is the shooting percentage. He shot 39% his first year, 44 his second, 44 his third, and only 41 this year.
Continues to work in the offseason on his shot. This guy's our biggest lead. It's 14. Inside. No, Ewing can't get it. Benjamin had position. The Nets are running. Morris swings it around to Edwards. Whistle, foul, no basket. It's going to be on the dribble.
See, that's what you love. You like to see the ball movement. Be unselfish. Come on, this is the playoffs. You make the extra pass, and as a player now must run at you defensively. The guy with the ball has you at a major disadvantage, especially Edwards. He has a perimeter game, and he's strong off the dribble.
Foul was on Hubert Davis. Shot clock nearing 10. Morris way out front. Shot clock at 6. Anderson pulls the trigger with 3 on the shot clock. Kenny Anderson, his second field goal of the ball game. The Nets with their biggest advantage.
That's Hubert Davis off that staggered screen on the left.
Davis is going to be fouled by Coleman. That'll be Coleman's first personal foul, but we have a timeout. 6:55 left in the third. The Nets are putting on a clinic. They lead it by 16.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by GMC Truck, the strength of experience, and by Dutch Boy. Give your home the look that lasts.
Yeah, you've seen it all. Done it all. Pretty much got it all figured out. But have you got what it takes to be a mountain man? All it takes are the 2 cool beers of the Mountain Man. Smooth Busch beer, easy drinking Busch Light. So, be a mountain man. All you gotta do is head for the mountains.
Go. They get Hubert Davis.
He's had a fine year for this second-year player out of North Carolina who will be celebrating his 24th birthday in just over a week and a half.
He's going to be in this league a long time. He's very bright. He's a hard worker, and he has range. Right there, he just messed up. He tried to cheat on a double screen. He tried to go over the top,
but he bought a break. Harper leading the show. Whistle, quick foul on Benoit Benjamin. Only his second.
You know, Chuck Daly made an interesting point to us today, and that was, he said, you know, he says, our guys are playing hard, they're playing harder. We've had great officiating in this series, and we're seeing it again this evening.
Ewing inside. That is a big-time slam. Chris Morris didn't have a prayer.
You're not going to call a charge there, and we all know that's the unwritten area where they're going to allow the body contact.
And there was some.
And Patrick sent that baby home with some authority. There's that open man.
Gilliam, the one-handed push shot. Gilliam now with 7 in the ball game. The lead back up to 14.
They have done a magnificent job in making that diagonal pass.
Well, you talk about the Nets, and Chuck Daly said we need the high percentage shots. We've got to get our guys open for good shots because we're not a good shooting team. And they're getting exactly what they had drawn up earlier today.
Well, their game plan, you know, they've really broken things down to try to get their guys in high percentage areas, Ron. But that screen and roll, the screen man has been open all night. But now, you don't see it often in this league of the ball being reversed to the opposite side and then come back to the screen man.
Here's our GMC scoreboard scores from yesterday. The Heat lead that series 2-1, that should be. Bulls win it 95-92 with a valiant effort, though, by the Cavs. And Utah all over San Antonio without Robin, and Portland surprised Houston last night up in Portland. Phoenix Golden State will be our second game of doubleheader. Ewing misses the second of 2. Knicks trailer by 13 inside of 6 minutes of the third.
Yeah, that was Oakley doing the intangible things.
Smith from 20. Oakley again.
He might not be able to get the ball, but the extension and the hard work of being blocked out and then elevating and knocking the ball out.
The double by Gilliam. Smith tries to cut through the paint. Let's see. That's going to be an offensive foul on Charles Smith.
See, that was too far out. That was out almost on the dotted line. That's Charles Smith's 4th foul. But, you know, I think they need him right now, so they'll keep him in. You can see that was not under the rim or within 3 feet of the rim. Solid call by Joey. Joey Crawford, lead official here tonight.
Smith stays in. Good ball movement by the Nets. Shot clock at 10. Oakley on Morris. It's a one-on-one game. Morris doesn't get it. The ball movement stopped, and they pay for it. Edwards, that'll be a foul on Oakley. Edwards had the position. Oakley just pushed him aside.
That was excellent defense. Oakley had Edwards pinned inside the paint. Edwards fought around the top, forced Oakley to foul him. And just keep a look at this. You're going to see Edwards is trying to fight around the top, see? You always do that. Never let a power guy catch the ball in the paint.
Morris was 3 for 3 the first 4 minutes. He has an 0 for going so far. 0 for 4 since then. Anderson, that's from the arc.
he's come to life this quarter. He now has 3 field goals, and 1 is a 3 in this quarter.
9 points in the quarter, 13 in the ball game for Anderson. The lead is 16. That is the biggest. That score is correct. Inside, Charles Smith getting position, gets the putback. Pat Riley talked about conversions, second shots, and offensive rebounding today. Harper bellying up. Somebody has to be open. Edwards spotting up. Gilliam
was calling for the ball because he had a guard on him. The Knicks switched, and he was yelling for the ball. He can score. We know that. The guy's averaged up over 12 points a game for every team that he's been with.
Shot clock at 7. Ewing, nice look inside. Oakley, the tip goes in.
Charles was disappointed. He left that one up soft. Look at him. But fortunately, that's why he's a tireless worker. He laid it up soft, fought his way right back for the offensive tap.
9 points, 10 rebounds for the Oak. Lead down to 14.
So you got to get this guy in the game right there. Coleman, he had such a great first half. Now that's Smith. You know Smith has 4. Stop going away from Coleman. Go into Coleman. Force them to make the substitution here right now. And right now it looks like Pat Riley's going small. He's bringing in Blackman. He has Starks and he has Harper in the game. So that means that Blackman will play the small forward position and match up with Morris. Now you've got to go to Morris down inside.
Yeah. Well, Blackman, this is the first appearance in the playoffs this year. Didn't play the first 2 ball games.
Harper's tough on the dribble. Harper does an excellent job defensively.
Coleman has only 1 shot in this quarter.
Rotate it. He's wide open.
There's Morris. Doesn't get the 3 to go. That's what he practiced before the game. His only thing he
he has him.
All the way. The basket goes. We have a blocking foul.
That's the old story of a team making 2 substitutions, going small, and no one knows who's playing who. You see, now they catch him in transition right now, and nobody helps out Edwards because Edwards got caught in the backcourt trying to go for the steal.
Well, that's Derek's second personal.
At playoff time, Ron, you never try for the steals in the backcourt in a close game because you're going to get burned.
Morris sits down.
This guy on the line had arthroscopic surgery March 14th. On his left knee, and in less than 2 months, he's back.
He worked extremely hard during the rehabilitation process. Had his first All-Star game this year. The lead is down to 11. Anderson, short on the jumper. Starks has the rebound. They need his emotion.
Would you say that there are a few Knicks fans here tonight?
It's about half and half, to be honest with you. Ball goes out, Nets have it. And we've got a timeout. 2:39 left in the 3rd. New York's making a mild run. They trail by only 11.
Adventure of the century comes to TNT Sunday.
Time left in the 3rd. Immediately following our contest, the Suns and the Warriors. A first-round game with Phoenix leading 2-0. Pete and Doug are out on that one. Then tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern, we bring you another doubleheader. Atlanta trailing Miami 2-1 in that best-of-7 series beginning at 8 o'clock, and then it'll be followed by San Antonio and Utah. Utah leading that series 2 games to 1. Now, Hubie, for the New York Knicks, you talked about the keys for them winning is winning the rebounding and turnover war. Right now,
you can see it right there. The Nets have not had a turnover in the last 16 minutes, and the Knicks' 16 turnovers have led to 20 net points. Big difference in the game right now.
And the Nets are also winning the battle of the boards, 30-23. Shot clock at 2. Edwards has to put it up. That'll be short. Did not hit the rim. That's a violation. Will go the other way.
Yeah, Hugh Holland side down. And Chuck Daly, he's disappointed right now. But they have got to get Coleman in the game. We're talking about at halftime. Remember now, Coleman was strong with the 19 points and the 10 boards. You must continue to feed the guy because he's working for you at both ends of the floor.
Biggest lead was 16, but since then, New Jersey has gone to almost a 1-on-5 game, and Patrick Ewing and company gradually chipping it down to 9.
Well, that's Patrick at his best. He loves that area. Right now, New Jersey rather small. You know, Coleman is the toughest guy that they got up there. Now that is a big, big, big basket.
That is his first of the quarter.
Plus, he got hit on the shot. He really got popped.
21 for Coleman, the lead back to 11. Starks being guarded by Edwards. Harper's going to take it for 3. Doesn't get it. Coleman the rebound. Loses the handle. They're going to give it to the Knicks.
Yeah, they should. See, Coleman was trying to get the ball out that time. You're going to keep an eye on this now. Just watch this. See, he's trying to kick it out, but by Blackman slapping at it, okay, he got a piece of it and knocked it right out of his hand.
Ewing backs in, fakes once, kicks it out. Harper will tow it from the 3 again.
Oh,
way off the
bad
mark
miss.
and Hurd, and Oakley is fouled from behind by Kevin Edwards. They better check the backboard for a crack.
Well, and they're shooting. See, Harper right now is struggling in his 3. He's missed 3 already this evening. He's made 1. Okay, so he's 1 for 4 in 3s. But what he must do right now is stop forcing the shot. Well, the easiest way to do that is you take him out of the game. And that's what Pat Riley has done right now to bring in Anthony. But don't get me wrong here now. Harper has played extremely well for the Knicks and has done a terrific job. He was 2 for 5 in 3s in the first 2 games. But right now, he's forcing the shot. They can go right back into the post and get one-on-one coverage on Ewing.
Well, Kevin Edwards just going to the locker room. I think he had some blood on him. They're going to probably take a look at that, and he's replaced by Johnny Newman.
Right now, the Nets have got to show A, patience, and then B, IQ for the game. Because both teams are shooting the penalty now, and you're in the last minute and 10 seconds.
Well, to be honest with you, neither one of those have been their strong points this year. The crowd is electric. You see the run by the Knicks. Coleman, no place to go. Anderson in the paint with the left hand, didn't get it. Ewing, look out.
Nets got back. Everyone matched up.
Starks to Ewing, left open from 16.
Patrick could not believe that he missed that shot. He put both hands over his head.
That's a gimme. Coleman tries to dribble through the pass. Nice pass. Brown to Gilliam, the basket.
What a great pass from Coleman, and then another nice touch pass by Brown to Gilliam.
It's amazing when the Nets are unselfish, they score.
And that was a tough shot by Gilliam. He had his back to the baseline.
About a half a second difference between the shot and the game. Starks from 3, doesn't get it. Rebound, Gilliam, they can hurry, they'll get a shot. Newman at the buzzer, doesn't go. Well, we have played 36 minutes at Brendan Byrne Arena in the Meadowlands. The New Jersey Net lead is 11. Can they stay alive? We'll find out. The Nets are 35-7 when they lead after 3 quarters of play. The Knicks are 10-19 when they are behind after 3. A low-scoring third quarter, but just enough for the Nets to stay alive.
Well, you can see it right now. The 3 losses the Knicks had in this building this year, they did not score 90. Now, right now, they're the season points by the Nets and what they've done in the series. And right now, already, we brought out the point they have 74. So you can see the field goal shooting is above. The rebounding is back to what it was in the series. Now the big thing, they've got to hold on for the next 12 minutes. You must play aggressive basketball because that's what got you here.
Well, you're going to see some defensive intensity turned up right about now by the Knicks. Benjamin up off the Nets bench. He'll check in. Anderson, Coleman, Edwards, Gilliam, and Newman for the Nets.
There's plenty of time here. 8 seconds.
Gilliam has it slapped away by Ewing.
Great strip.
The Knicks say they have captured the notion for a ring. They want to dispose of the Nets tonight.
Okay, Starks is really moving, coming off these screens.
Inside, Oakley has it rejected by Gilliam, the save by Coleman.
They have an advantage now. Oakley's man is wide open. There he is.
Coleman, nice look inside. Gilliam can't get it, but he'll go to the line.
Oakley was trying as best he could to get down the floor, but the Nets were way out in front. That was excellent ball movement, and Coleman made a terrific pass to Gilliam down inside. Now just watch it. It's a nice pass by Starks, and there he thought he had it. Good block by Gilliam, and that started the transition.
Armin Gilliam, a career 16.8 rebound player. This year he was 11 and 6.
Well, he was drafted when he came out of UNLV in the first round, the 21st pick by Phoenix. And we know that he went from Phoenix to Charlotte to Philadelphia and now to New Jersey. But this guy can score. In his career, he's averaged 15 points and 7 rebounds.
Gets 1 of 2 with 11 minutes left in the ball game. It is a 10-point New Jersey net advantage. They led by 10 at the end of 1, 11 at the end of 2, 11 at the end of 3.
There it is.
Edwards, he's got Anthony to beat. He's got it.
Beautiful extension by Edwards. He read that pass perfectly. I was watching. He was down below the foul line. He just read it.
Second nice layup by Edwards this evening.
Well, he extends, Ron. He really elevates and then extends, and he has the ability to shoot with either hand.
Well, the Knicks aren't going to get back into it, tossing the ball away like that. They're down by 12. Armin Gilliam takes a seat. Benoit Benjamin comes back in. 2 straight turnovers for the Knicks, 18 for the ball game. They only averaged 16 regular season.
Yeah, see, Chuck Daly said they turn it over a lot, both teams, because Riley says New Jersey is long, big and long, meaning with the long arms. And at the other end, we know that the Knicks force you into turnovers because of their great hustle.
Mason or Oakley inside for the easy 2.
I see Benjamin has got to try to block the shot. He didn't even elevate that time. You're 7-2. You've got to get up. You're a shot blocker. You can't give a guy an uncontested layup.
Whistle and a foul. No basket, says Hugh Hollins. Foul's going to be on Greg Anthony. That'll be Anthony's first personal foul, and we're going to take a timeout. We'll step aside with 9:46 left to be played in the ball game. The Nets lead it by 10.
21-13. Now remember, at halftime, Coleman had 19 points and 10 rebounds. So you can see the drop-off. Now, why is that a concern? Coleman is 2 for 16 in games 1 and 2 in the second half of both games. Now, we realize that in game 1, he had his mouth split open, and he had to leave the court and took stitches. But that's what they're concerned about.
Well, New Jersey can't get the ball in. They have to call a 20-second timeout. You and I were talking today about how New Jersey and the Knicks, for that matter, need the top 3 scorers to really produce their regular season numbers. Well, Coleman and Edwards have done that. Anderson 13 on the night, 18 for the ball game, but they are getting the production from the top 3 guys.
Well, tonight it's been nice for them. They've hustled. They've rotated the basketball to the key areas versus the screen and roll trapping. They've done an excellent job, but they cannot fall asleep here right now, and you must milk your key guys. Coleman must come alive down in the post area, and they should go into him and exploit the fact that they've got Mason on him right now.
The Knicks have the ability to make anybody look bad on offense. The switch, Mason goes to Anderson, and Anthony comes back to Kenny.
There you go, right down inside.
Over the turnover, too.
Come on, that's the guy's your horse. You don't go away from your post-up people when they're hot. And that's what they did in the third quarter. He only had 2 shot attempts in the entire quarter.
I don't think he had that many touches either above that. Anthony toes the line for the 3. Greg Anthony buries the 3-pointer, only 30% on the year. And in the playoffs, he was 2 of 5 from the arc coming into tonight. The lead is 9 inside of 9 minutes. Coleman inside. Benjamin has it stripped.
Oh, my.
Starks has it stripped.
Big fella.
Wow.
Big fella, you must play stronger than that. You can't let the guards come in there and strip you down. Just watch this nice pass. See, you got to take that baby strong.
And then the foul committed by Johnny Newman. So the Knicks only 9 down. Starks. Tripp throws up the shot. Won't go. Is on the dribble. Foul is on Benjamin. So Benjamin loses the handle on one end. Commits the third personal foul on the other.
Now both teams have committed too early. Getting into the penalty situation is key in this quarter because both teams are good foul shooting teams.
Ewing, the nice move inside, doesn't get it. Then he strips Edwards, and then he's fouled on the play. Quick hands by Patrick Ewing, and Stark steps between them. Patrick walks away.
That's a major break and a bad turnover. A bad turnover for Edwards. See, now just keep an eye on this. He extends. Now Edwards, as he comes down, he's not looking. You have to look up, and if you were looking up the floor, he would have seen Patrick Ewing right there going in to try to strip him. Let's face it, it's playoff time. Every player is under a microscope, and also the coaching staff. Everything is magnified by your fans, and especially in this area where you have 6 newspapers covering this on a daily happening.
And everybody wrote the same thing today. We had all the newspapers. Well, the Knicks, who shot 50 free throws in the first 2 games, toe the line tonight. They trail by only 7.
The key is the shot clock now. You can't continue to fool around with the ball, because by doing that, you lose options.
It's a 3. Coleman loses the handle. Here come the Knicks, trailing by 7.
There he is.
Spotting up.
Nice pass.
Wheeling around. Blackman doesn't get it. Ewing thought he had the rebound. He had the position just over his arm.
And they could not have thrown that ball to a better shooter. That was Blackman, and that's one of his key spots.
Edwards. Ewing cuts off the baseline. Whistle, foul. That's going to be on Patrick, and that will be his 4th.
See, Edwards is a tough dude. Now, he went right in there, challenged Patrick Ewing, dipped underneath and got the shot off, recovered the block, and still went up strong.
Well, last year was a strange year for Kevin Edwards. I'm sure he's happy to be in New Jersey. He started 30 games for the Heat, November through January. Didn't play in 40 of the last 42. Came over here as a free agent. Chuck Daly's really used him a lot this season.
Well, you know, throughout his career, Ron, he's a 12-point scorer. The only knock on him is that he's only a 43% shooter. But that's like quite a few of the Nets. Coleman, Anderson, and Edwards all shoot 43 and 44%. But he's a tough guy, and he'll go strong, and he's a good defender. Oh, they have a mismatch here. Mason's got Anderson in the lane.
Anthony takes the jumper over Coleman. Greg Anthony, 5 in the quarter.
So much for strategy. Right?
Yeah.
Post the big guy on the guard. No, thank you. I'll take a fadeaway jump shot.
Yeah, from about 17. Edwards, nice move. The turnaround. Can't get it to go. Anthony with the rebound. He has Starks deep, but he holds up.
Starks is open in one corner.
Nice save, Newman.
Great steal by Johnny Newman. Blindsided Blackman that time and stripped him.
The lead is 7 with 6:53 left to be played in the ballgame. Anderson, no place to go. Ewing, uh-oh.
Yes, indeed. Uh-oh is right. That's Ewing's 5th.
Well, the Knicks have Ewing in foul trouble with 5. We'll look at him.
Kenny Nunes just took it right in there. Patrick put both hands on him. No question about the call.
See the legendary Kung Fu every week.
It's already with 6:47 left to be played in the ball game, and that is their playoff high this year. They have tied. Ewing with 5 personal fouls is still in the ball game. He is going to stay in with 22 points. Talk about the pressure now, Hubie. Both teams are under.
Yeah, well, the big thing right now is the Knicks, on the next foul, the Nets will be shooting the penalty. Now, that's key, and they cannot launch all long bombs. They've got to understand, you go power right now so that you have the advantage in the last 6.5 minutes.
Ewing with 5. Gilliam checked in, sets the pick, the roll. Anderson, a lot of time on the shot clock. They'll stay outside. They don't get it. They don't go inside with the power game.
Well, see, there was 12 seconds on that. He was wide open. You have to play your game. The big thing right now is just play your game. Play how it got you here. The Knicks, they claim that they're a great fourth-quarter team because they're in such terrific shape, and they brag on that. And they always say, hey, we are a big fourth-quarter ball club.
Ewing from the corner. Blackman the rebound. Patrick will try it again, and he makes good.
Now, what happened in New York? New York would always execute in the fourth quarter in games 1 and 2. And all of a sudden, here they come. They were down 11. Right now, they're only down 5. So the Nets have got to meet this and must understand what they're doing. I can't believe that they're not looking power first, especially with Mason on Coleman.
2 trips down the court. Coleman doesn't touch the basketball.
Well, you have to step up right now and play some solid D if you're the Nets. You've got to get New York to miss and then outlet and surprise them by trying to get in the open floor. Mason against Gilliam in the low post. One-on-one, no trapping.
Gilliam not known for his defense. Whistle for the foul before the move.
We always try to tell players, stop putting your hands in the lower back of a post guy. All he has to do is step back, and he'll move you right off the spot. You have no strength with your hands. Use your forearm across the guy's back. No referee. They never call a foul. Plus, you have more strength, and you can hold the guy on his spot.
We've got a timeout. There's 5:15 left, and we have a 5-point game.
Grandpa Shaq.
Stay with us. We got another exciting one on tap coming your way. Next, Charles Barkley ready to take on this year's Rookie of the Year, Chris Webber and the Warriors. That'll be coming your way momentarily. And boy, Hubie, the Nets have been so cold from the outside the last few minutes of this ball game.
Well, the key being, here's the reset. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Right now, the Nets have not scored in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Strong double team by Coleman and Edwards.
That's a gimme. You're on the foul line. Both teams are shooting the penalty right now.
Well, Coleman has 3 personal fouls as Chuck Daly looks on.
Oh, he can feel the pressure. You know, you realize they've been in command of this game all through, right up until this point right now. You're talking 43 minutes. And what's happening to your ball club is they're losing sight of who they should be going to. Plus, they cannot stop the Knicks at the other end of the floor.
Ewing now 7 of 12 from the line, 25 points for the ball game. The lead is down to 4. There you see what's happened the last 4:15.
That's a screen down for Anderson. 2-man game. Coleman and Anderson. Mason is bumping him all over the place.
Coleman's turnaround. Anthony the rebound.
So you got to take it into the lane, Ron. They're not double teaming you. You've got to get into the lane where you can get fouled and a higher percentage shot. You cannot go away from the basket right now.
Ewing takes the pick and he rolls off it. The move over Gilliam. Doesn't get it. Rebound tapped around. Armin Gilliam comes down with it.
Well, that was a big move by Coleman over the top of Mason. Mason was really hustling.
Anderson to the hole. Doesn't get it. Rebound kicked out. Bodies everywhere. We're going to go. Let's see. Official
Joey
blue.
Yeah, Joey had that one all the way. Joey Crawford was right on that call. He was about 10 feet away from it, made it right away. They're both hustling right here. Joey Crawford is to the right here. You can say right now that was a cross body block by Mason. You know, I tell you what, if the New York Giants need a blocking end, a tight end, Mason might be the guy.
Oakley in, Blackman out, starts to the hole, it goes!
That's why he's in there. That's why he's in there. He's a gutsy player.
The Knicks have done it with a small lineup this run. The crowd is supposed to be for New Jersey, but it is loud for the Knicks on a 7-0 run. Timeout.
Misdirection. Here you have 2-man basketball with Ewing, but that's not what they're looking for. They're relying on the staggered screen and watch Ewing come right out and hit Starks with this ball. They're counting on the double team. Once that ball goes down inside, here comes Coleman. There's your stagger down inside, and a big-time field goal by Starks.
The last Nets bucket was at the 9:30 mark. Made it 79-67 since then. Only a couple of Kevin Edwards free throws.
Taking it one-on-one.
Gilliam can't get the slam to go down, but they control the ball.
Plenty of time here now.
Coleman, the finger roll rejected
by Ewing. Big time. Moved by Patrick.
Third block by Patrick Ewing. He finished 7th in the league in that category.
Oh, lob.
Ewing almost got it too far underneath.
Hey, give Morris some credit there. He just kept Ewing away from that.
Whistle and a foul. That is a kick. And it's going to be on Greg Anthony.
Now, that's a break for the Nets. You stop and think about it now, just off the top of your head, in the last 5 to 6 minutes, as the Knicks are charging, the Nets haven't been on the foul line. They can't get to the foul line. Why? Because everything is one-on-one, and the Knicks are using 5-man defense. What they have to do is get more movement. There's just no movement.
Anderson, a perfect 5 of 5 from the line, is P.J. Brown's going to come into the lineup. Chris Morris is going to take a seat.
Well, Kenny Anderson is an excellent free throw shooter, 82%.
So only 4 free throws in 6 minutes plus as you see the fourth quarter field goal shooting.
All right, they're going to post Mason on one side, pick and roll on the high side. Now 2-man game, Ewing and Starks.
Starks wasn't expecting it. Shot clock at 7. Ewing doesn't get it.
All right, Chuck told him to slow it down. He's going to make a call. He wants a cross down inside. Yeah, for Brown, they're bringing Brown to the post. I mean, you got to be surprised by this right here, okay?
Instead of Coleman, it's Brown who can't get it. Ewing has the basketball with a 4-point deficit. The Knicks 83-79, trailing by 4. And a timeout, New York. They have held the New Jersey Nets without a field goal for 7 minutes, and they've cut the lead to 4. Playing with 5 personal fouls, Ruby, and he's doing a good job.
Since the 6:47 mark, so he's been in there over 4 minutes. The Knicks are 12-4 in this run in the last 7 minutes. The Nets, no field goals during this time period. Oh, nice move.
Quickly inside. He's going to be hammered from behind. You have a couple of white jerseys to choose from.
Now, that play was by design. They came out of the huddle, and they went to the unexpected. They go to Oakley to go one-on-one on this move. How about that for catching them? Caught everyone by surprise.
Foul was on Armin Gilliam, his 3rd. Oakley also with 13 rebounds in the game. Add 1 more point to that.
Oh, he's a 78% foul shooter. And if you notice, he's picked up everything. Points, rebounds, and getting to the line since halftime. Pat Riley said, I've only coached 4 players who are impact players. Kareem, Magic, Ewing, and Oakley. Pretty big statement.
He's one of the hardest workers on his team, which he attributes that to watching his grandfather work in the fields in York, Alabama. He's putting a yeoman effort on tonight. Knicks only down by 2.
It's a clear out, one-on-one for Gilliam.
Mason puts up the hand, swatted by Ewing, his 4th rejection. No, and the Knicks have the basketball.
Baden had it wrong, but he corrected himself. I tell you, you got to give Patrick his due here. Now, just watch this. Now, Patrick is leaving his man. See, the center, the guy that he's playing, has got to show. He must create the passing lane. Not the passer, the guy who was left unattended.
Back out to Anthony. Shot clock at 10. The fall away. It doesn't go. The Nets have the ball. They have gone almost 8 minutes without a field goal.
Now, since Patrick Ewing picked up his fifth, he has had 2 shot blocks coming across the lane to help out. This is the guy. He's got to do it there, big fella.
And he doesn't. Knicks have a chance to tie and even go ahead with a 3. That's the time remaining in the ball game.
I remember at this point, both teams have 2 timeouts each.
Oakley. Oh. Shot clock at 6. Starks has a strip from behind. Gilliam doesn't like the call.
Wow. Tough angle. Chuck, see, he's upset with that one. Hugh Hollins pulled that from the slot position on the opposite side. Now, he might have had a real good look at this. Now, keep an eye on it. Gilliam does not move his feet. See, he reaches in. And if you're from here, on our angle, we're on the opposite side of the floor. It looked like he knocked it free, but Hugh Hollins must have seen the body contact. Starks nearing a year, 75% foul shooter.
And tonight, he's 2 of 2. 9 points for Starks, 6 in the second half. A long way from sacking groceries at Safeway in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
This guy has the heart of a lion. Doesn't matter what he's doing. At crunch time, he's right out in front, trying to get it done, and he's done it all throughout his career with the Knicks.
Our first tie since it was knotted up at 15 apiece. Almost 9 minutes without a field goal. The Nets have gone. Coleman has it slapped away by Mason. 5 on the shot clock. Nets have the ball.
Mason has done a superb job on Coleman with all of the dribbling. That's why I feel Coleman can take him down in low. Hey, you only got 4 seconds here. He doesn't realize it.
He's not going to get it off. Violation. The Knicks have the basketball, and we are tied.
Can you believe that?
Unbelievable.
That was amazing.
You talk about experience, Hubie. The Knicks have been there.
It's the guard's job to understand how much time is on the shot clock and then to relay it to the other players. It was definitely obvious. Kenny Anderson had no clue that there was 5 seconds.
You'll be seeing a lot of new cars over the next year. And you'll be hearing a lot about new ideas and new designs. But the fact is, in these next few months, Chevrolet will introduce more new cars.
0 field goals in the last 9 minutes. Kenny doesn't see
now
the
you
shot
can
clock.
see the top of the board. There's 5 seconds straight. He has no idea that the clock is down. And you can see it here. The clock goes off. Excellent defense by the Knicks. Now, they can go for a 2-for-1 here. But the big thing is take your time and get what you want the first time.
0 turnovers in the last 9 minutes for the Knicks.
They were going to post John Starks in the lane right there. That's an interesting call by Riley. 2-man game with Ewing. Oh, he's wide open.
Starks for 3, doesn't get it. Rebound, the touch pass below. Last touch by the Knicks. The Nets have it with 13.4 left. And the Nets want to call a timeout. 13.4 away from New Jersey, either continuing on to game 4 or teeing it up in the morning. Field goal, but they are still in a position to win this ball game and move it on to game 4.
Well, you can see right now both teams have 1 timeout. Most important thing, they're moving the ball a half court. You must make the inbound pass. It will be interesting to see if they open up the floor and let Kenny Anderson go one-on-one because he's an 80% foul shooter, or do they run the screen and roll, get the trap, and then rotate the ball to a designated spot-up shooter?
Morris, Gilliam, Anderson, Edwards, and Coleman for the Nets.
You have to get it in here. Look out, he's trapped. All right, it looks like they're going to have a high screen and roll, maybe with Coleman. I'm surprised. I just let him take it.
Anderson inside, rejected by Ewing, his 5th with 0.2 of a second left. They'll probably add 1/10. Well,
now remember right now just watch as he leans in. Here comes Ewing, and he catches that. Now that's the 3rd block since he picked up his 5th foul with 6 minutes and 47 seconds. Now, with a .2 on the clock, you cannot take a shot. This ball has got to be thrown to the front of the rim, and it must be tapped, okay? There is no way that you can make a catch and shoot the ball. The rule in the NBA now is you need .3 seconds to do that.
The Trent Tucker rule. 2/10 left. We're not at an 83.
From Gillette comes a revolutionary form of antiperspirant protection. Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant.
83.
The main thing is now is you do not want a man to be able to tap it over the front of the rim here.
No, it is overtime. Patrick Ewing, since he picked up his 5th personal foul, the Nets went 0 for 9. They went the final 9.5 minutes of the 4th without a field goal. Ewing, 3 blocks in that period. We're on to another 5 minutes. Not enough at 83.
The cowboy, still a modern day hero, standing up for what's right as he rides across this land. He still earns every dollar to pass through his hands.
Well, Derek Coleman had 19 first-half points. In the second half, he only had 4 points, 23 for the ball game. But Hubie, it's a case of Derek Coleman not getting any shots, and you take that one step further. Kenny Anderson not getting any shots.
Well, everything comes down to motion and ball movement. Down the stretch, everything was a one-on-one situation. And unfortunately, Coleman in the second half gets 6 shot attempts, and you would like to have seen him being able to exploit the possibility of taking Mason strong in the painted area. But give the Knicks a lot of credit. 9.5 minutes. The Nets don't get a field goal. And then Patrick Ewing with 3 big blocks after he picked up his 5th foul.
Nets led by 11 at the end of 3. The Knicks outscored them to tie it up at 83. Once again, Ewing with 5 personal fouls. The last net field goal was at the 9:40 mark of the 4th. The spin move. John Starks!
Now, come on. That's not even a horse shot. Okay, it's really not. That was just a wild spinning move. But like I told you, he has the ability to make shots under pressure.
First lead for the 15 to 13. Kenny Anderson gets around.
Plenty of time here.
Still, Edwards pulls the trigger, in and out. Nets, the lid is on the basket. We have a loose ball foul.
Nets catch a break there.
Big break. Well, Anthony now with 3. Sorry, you.
Yeah, no, that's my fault, Brent. The big thing right now is everything is high screen and roll, screen and roll. Knicks are just doing a great job, and the screen is coming at the foul line area. So Kenny Anderson really doesn't have any place to go if he beats his man off the dribble.
Gilliam misses his second slam, but he does draw the foul.
Now, the screen and rolls out on the wings are there. They've been there for the entire game. But that screen and roll in above the foul line area, right where Gilliam is standing right now, is getting the Nets 0 points and bad, how should I say, high percentage shots. They're not getting high percentage shots.
Gilliam now 3 of 5 from the stripe. He has 13 for the ball game.
Well, Gilliam's done a real nice job with the 6 boards. He played 27 minutes for 12 points, the 6 boards.
Gets them both. We're tied again at 85. We are in overtime. Golden State and Phoenix standing by out in San Francisco, the Bay Area. Mason.
Ewing kept that one alive. He got the hand up.
Anthony, the spin won't go.
Bad shot. Bad shot.
Anderson pushing. He's got Morris. Anderson being cut off again.
You've got to make Patrick play.
Coleman takes it away from Ewing. Gilliam, the fall is short.
Well, it isn't like they're not getting high percentage shots. It's there. You've got to test Patrick. You've got to continue to go at Patrick here.
unbelievably cold shooting for the Knicks.
Starks is coming off the down screens. I'm telling you, he's flying.
Ewing, no place to go. Gilliam had a nice body on him.
He sure did. Gilliam has done a very impressive job at the defensive end on Ewing. Ewing is not getting good looks at the rim.
They swing it around. Morris, a couple of dribbles, pulls the trigger. Bad shot. And who's the first one down the court? It's Starks. Nets 0 for their last 17, almost 12 minutes now without a field goal.
They're looking at Mason, but here comes Starks away off that staggered screen.
Mason backing in, gives it up. We are tied at 85, 2:22 in overtime. Morris inside. Coleman!
That was a big-time play. Big-time play by Morris. Morris created that all the way. He saw that he could beat his man. He crossed over, took it down, delivered a great pass to Coleman.
The Nets by 2. We have 2 minutes left. Ewing takes once, twice, takes a step in, and he doesn't get the roll. The tip goes.
Right now, with Oakley and Ewing in there, they're just out-muscling Morris and Gilliam anytime that a shot goes up.
Give that basket to Oakley. He has 17.
Go right back and go into Coleman. He's got to play big here.
Mason on him. Whistle. That's going to be a blocking foul on Anthony Mason. Only his second.
Ron, they are not even double-teaming Coleman. They are allowing Mason to play him one-on-one. Now, the Nets have got to look at that and say, hey, wait a second. Coleman can't be played one-on-one down in low, but he must not go away from the rim. He must go into the lane area and make it happen.
We've got a timeout. Chuck Daly said from day one this team has trouble scoring. I didn't think he had this in mind.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought
Coleman makes a strong move, a no call. Ewing's under the rim. Now watch Ewing grab his left knee as Coleman went over the top. I don't know. We followed Patrick down the floor, and it didn't look like he was limping. But then again, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
3 full timeouts for the Knicks, 2 for the Nets. The Knicks do not have a foul to give. We are tied at 87 in overtime with 1:30 left to be played.
Very important right now. You're the Nets. You're going to be shooting the penalty on the next foul.
Anderson, the trigger. He buries the jumper. Kenny Anderson finally gets a look at the hoop, and he takes advantage of it.
2-man game with Ewing. Watch Starks over here for a 3. There he is, right there.
Pulls the trigger. Bingo!
See, that's by design. That's by discipline and by working hard in practice. That all came about. You could see that happening. Starks ran right to that spot.
Knicks by 1 inside of a minute of overtime. Anderson dishes off to Gilliam. This time he makes good on the slam.
That's the way to send it home. See, that's playoff basketball, Ron. Excellent rotation, unselfishness, and then a strong move by Gilliam.
Shot clock at 10. There's Starks spotting up again. Edwards keeping a lookout as the shot clock reads 4. Ewing, the follow-away. Oh, my goodness!
Boy. Patrick wanted that one all the way.
Chuck Daly not calling a timeout.
They're going high screen and roll.
Anderson falls, dishes off. Gilliam gives it up. The basket. Oh, no, we have a whistle and a foul. Oakley with the foul. That is academic.
Big thing now is just keep an eye on this. They're scrambling. Now, Gilliam passes it up. It's a strong, strong move by Morris. Unfortunately, you can see the ball. It was rolling out of his hand. He lost control. Big thing now, you must make one. You make two, you're in great shape.
His first trip to the line tonight.
Yes.
They're tied. 6 points in the first 4 minutes. This is his first point since.
72% foul shooter. All those Auburn War Eagles are happy right now.
Here's one in Phoenix happy.
Good timeout right now by Riley. Like they say, they're icing the shooter.
Sure, you got a state-of-the-art entertainment center. A fully interactive home theater. Even got a
0.5 left. He heads to the line with what could be the game winner.
You can see right there, the Knicks and the Nets both have 2 timeouts left, and the Nets have a foul to give. Now, that's important when you're dealing with 1.5 seconds. The big thing right now is that the Nets, when he shoots this foul shot, if he makes it, watch somebody running long. They jump out of bounds and throw a long pass. You do not want to assume that New York is going to call a timeout.
He's got it. The Nets lead 93-92, and they are 1.5 seconds away from extending this playoff series to Game 4, as the Knicks, prior to this series, have lost 3 times in game number 2 of a playoff series. We'll be back.
Today, I want to take a moment to honor these fine young men who sprint.
Kurt Factor now for the Nets. You have a foul to give, but you do not want to foul a guy when he makes a catch and shoots it. You do not want to foul a guy when the ball is out of bounds, because that's an automatic 2-shot foul. Now, the next thing, you switch on every screen. You pressure the ball. All right, they're going to put Gilliam on the ball. I think, no, they're not going to contest. Yes, they are. Now, I can't believe that. You cannot allow them to throw the ball to the front of the rim. That's big. You pressure the ball, you take away 2 areas of sight. Gilliam should start jumping as soon as they throw the ball to Oakley. He cannot allow Oakley to get a look.
There's the token delay of game call.
Right. Now, you saw right now they just had a double screen for Anthony to go over the top of the circle. And all they have to do is switch on that.
Blackman pops out. Starks stops to 3 on the way. No, we're going to Game 4.
How about the fact that he got a wide open look at the basket? Unbelievable.
John Starks had nothing between himself and the basket, stared at the rim, couldn't get it to go. And the New Jersey Nets in overtime, courtesy of Chris Morris, with a couple of free throws to win it.
Now just keep an eye on this. Starks wide open. Coleman switched, but he never got to him.
Just to the left. Game 4 will be played Friday night, and of course you'll be able to see it right here on TNT. Tonight's Budweiser player of the game is Chris Morris. Budweiser will donate $1,000 on his behalf to the United Negro College Fund. Chris Morris, 2 winning free throws to ice it for the Nets and keep their 1993-94 season alive. Coming up next on TNT, they're standing by in Oakland, the Suns and the Warriors. Once again, our final score, the Nets win at 93-92 for Hubie Brown and our entire crew in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm Ron Thulin. Thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.